Hello, this is Jacob Huddén from JH Music. Today we're going to talk about using the Korg Kronos and switching between different sounds with the switches. Check it out. Okay, so here we are at the Keyhole Studios. Today I'm going to show you how to use switches to switch between different sounds. Sometimes you don't have time to switch between different sounds and use sliders, so it can be pretty convenient to use the switches on the keyboard. I'm going to show you now. Check it out. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a sound where I use the switches here to switch between different sounds. See now, I got a bass here. We got some pad here. A sweep, and up here we got some strings. For a different part of the song I'm using this sound for, I need some different sounds here, so here I'm switching to like a pizzicato, and I also can get another sound by pressing harder, like a sitar. Okay, so for the end of the song I got some other sounds down here using the switch 2 and 1 together here. Got a piano here. And up here I got strings all the time, so So how do you do this? You can do it by go to each sound and choose this to control the volume or the filter cutoff of the sound, and mute sounds and make them active. But now we're going to use a compressor in a combi, and that's more convenient because you may use some factory sounds. You don't want to reprogram all the sounds you use to react that way, and then you have to program each sound in a different way if you want to use switch 2 instead, or you want to mute it with a switch 1 or make it active here. So you have to make like 4 different sounds instead of using just one sound. So now we're going to use the compressor in a combi as an insert effect to help us with this. Let's check it out. So now go to the insert effects. Got some routing, and see I got in this sound I got 4 stereo compressors as insert effects. You can see at the sounds here you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds using insert effect 1, and you got a couple of sounds using insert effect 2 and a couple of sounds using insert effect 4. This sound is quite complex because you get a lot of different changes here. I'm going to show you what I did with the routing here. In this sound I chained insert effect 2 to insert effect 3, so it's like 4 compressors here. I'm going to check out insert effect 1. When you use this trick, you don't, now I used the threshold at -20, but you can set that to 0 so the compressor don't affect the sound. You can see on this sound I have the switch 1 to mute the sound, mount -63. So when I use this setting, it mutes the sound with switch 1. Okay, let's check out insert effect 2. Here we use the switch 1 to make the sound active. Turn the gain down to 0 and the amount to 41. So when we press switch 1, this sound get 41 steps louder. Okay, let's go to insert effect 3, and here we got switch 2. So this compressor mutes the sound. When you press switch 2, it mutes another sound. And the last one, you can see that we use it to make a sound active with switch 2. Okay, so we got 4 compressors here. The first one is for muting the sound with switch 1. The second one is for making the sound active with the switch 1. The third one is for muting the sound with switch 2. And the fourth one is to make a sound active with switch 2. So I'm going to show you some settings here for using this. I got made some presets here. You can see here I got switch 1 on, and you can see I put the gain adjust to minus infinite, and I use the switch 1 mod, and I can use an amount, a plus amount, to make it active. So this thing turns your sound on with switch 1. Okay, and I got another one here, switch 1 off. Then I use the switch 1 in a minus amount, minus 63, to mute the sound. So when I press switch 1, it mutes the sound. Okay, when I use switch 2, it's a switch 2 on preset. And I set gain adjust to minus infinite, use switch 2 in a plus amount to make it active. So this turns sound on with switch 2. We got a switch 2 mute as well. So switch 2 mute. I put the gain adjust to 0 and the switch 2 mod amount minus 63. You can set different levels with the gain adjust if you want the sound to be a little bit softer or something. But and as I told you, the threshold of the compressor should be set to 0, so it doesn't affect the sound. Otherwise you compress all the sounds. Okay. Here's another sound I made where I need some different sounds. It's a church bell and a sequence and a choir. If I press switch 1, I get a synth bass here. And up here we got a Synth Bass. Okay, see if anything happens with switch 2. Got some horns here with switch 2. And a harp. So there's a lot of options and a lot of cool things you can do with this. In this sound, I guess I got something here. I can use another layer here. Now I use a foot switch to control the switch. I'm gonna show you some more here. In this one I got major arpeggio here. If I press switch 2, I get a minor arpeggio. Okay, so there's a lot of things you can do with the switches. And as I said, sometimes I use a foot switch to control the switch. That can be pretty cool too if you play with both hands. For this video I had to film with one hand, so I couldn't play with both. But I hope this is helpful for you, and don't forget to subscribe. Be good. Bye.